Let me start over. I'm going to call to order the Shelby County Drainage Board meeting for Monday, August 11th, 2025. First order of business is approval of minutes. I'll entertain a motion to approve minutes for 7/28/25.
Motion to approve minutes.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Full passes 2-0. That leads us over to Mr. Jeff Powell, County Surveyor.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeff.
Well, I've got just a few things on the agenda here for today. One being, I wanted to just, first thing I had on there is the ditch spraying approval of our, the claim for payment. This past year, ditch spraying, obviously, we got they didn't necessarily they did get a little bit of late start, I guess I would say that. And then they ran into a couple other issues. It rained, believe it or not. So we got delayed a bit. Was not able to get through the entirety of all drains due to access on a lot of them because of crops getting up on us enough. And I clearly directed all the contractor on all the drains that if you're going to do crop damage getting in there, don't do it. Now, with that being said, it would really be nice if landowners would give us enough of a buffer on these drains to be able to get in and spray them. That's something to work on for myself here, but I didn't want to do damage. So this claim that I presented to you guys here is adjusted in a few drains. Actually, the total overall cost of what they had billed us for, because they billed us for the full amount, I've adjusted down about $1,500 overall. I went in and went through and readjusted these drains also to better represent the true lineal footage of the drains, because some of these were off a little bit, and some of these drains are all combined into one big account. However, so I could kind of track a little better, I went in there and resituated the drain for what actually in the number of feet goes to this one, just so I can track it a little better. So, but this is just a copy of the claim that I am going to turn into the auditor's office for payment. And like I said, overall from the original billing that I was provided, I think it was about $1,500 less in payment. I've had this conversation with Dalton, and so they're aware that it'll be coming in at a lesser amount, and explain to them where and why. So they were, he was okay with that. I'm going to actually provide them an email that's going to break it down for them so they can see to the footages that I had paid on each drain. So
Are the footage reduction included in that, as well as what they didn't spray?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah. Yes. The areas that we did not spray.
And it's only 1,500, so it wasn't a lot.
It wasn't a lot. It was not a lot. There was just a few sections that we weren't able to spray. And actually, to be honest with you, a couple of the ditches, we actually had a few more feet that they sprayed than what we were actually showing them that we had, because they got their numbers from us in the past. Right. So no big deal. I just thought I might clarify that if somebody went back and compared the invoice versus the claim that was paid. So with that being said, I would appreciate an approval for me to be able to submit this claim for payment to the auditors.
I got a question. Roughly, out of all these that we're paying, with what should have been done, do we hit like 80%, 90%?
Oh, we're probably
8%?
Yeah. I mean, we're certainly
$40
yeah. We're probably up there more close to around a 95% or so actual spray. And one of the things I intend to have conversation on later, and I'm not going to dwell on this today, is, and I had this brief conversation with Brad with Dalton's, is in the past we have consecutively sprayed these ditches from what I'm understanding. I'm not so sure that all of these drains need to be consecutively sprayed each and every year. You may have a different opinion, and I'd love to hear it if you do. I think that some of these are really in good condition that we probably could alternate years.
I'd spray them every year.
Okay, well,
That's my
because you get behind it.
short answer.
Okay, all right, well, and you're the guy that's that does it every day. I mean, you know, you do it. So,
And the reason being, if you don't, and you get a situation where, like this year, they didn't get it all done, now you've got 2 years that you skip.
yeah.
Unless you, I mean, obviously you
Yeah.
could, but if you skip the first year, then the next year, you can't get to it. Now you got 2 years. But now you've got something that's, those, mulberries and things like that grow so fast.
They can get out of control pretty quickly.
Then it takes so much more to
Okay.
kill them. So
Understood.
that's my 2 cents.
Well, yeah,
We can
talk
talk about
yeah,
it.
we'll talk about it when we get prepared to establish what we're gonna spray for the 2026 year. Let's have some conversation about it. We've even toyed with and talked about, you know, a drone type of spraying on some of these. I did have a conversation with Brad on that too. It's not something they do, because of just the involvement of it and what it takes, and there's a lot of downfalls to it.
Right.
You know, so
In
it's,
certain areas, I think it would be good. In
it-
other areas, I think
Yeah.
it would be really difficult.
yep, you agree. So, fish,
Right.
SPRA, oh, yeah, copied them all.
They're all like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, I fixed that corrector and edit, thank you. Yep, I didn't even catch that.
It's okay.
Okay, the other thing, I wanted to have a conversation. I think we still got Danny Norris is still on there. Danny, I just was going to, real quickly in a report to the drainage board over the, solar farm drainage. I am going to report that, last week we did, get a couple of the repairs made that we were needing to have made on the Carmody tile. So that is done. I am going to rely on Danny here. I know we've got one other situation that him and I talked about on Friday. Are the drainage contractors still in town, Danny, or are they,
Hey,
have they
Jeff.
left?
This is Danny Norris with the Speedway project. So last week we did all of the repairs for participating and non-participating landowners that we currently know about. I know we've talked about at length, Jeff, that issues may present themselves down the road and we'll deal with those as they come up. But as far as what's been highlighted to us, those were all completed on Saturday. So the drain tile contractor has demobilized. Like you said, we did the 2 little cleanup bits on Carmody tile. We still owe you a pretty significant amount of documentation from what the drain tile contractor has completed. I know kind of on the south border of that property, we have the breather, that we've got some questions about how it was tied in. The contractor's going back through their system to export the data in a way that we can view it without being drain tile professionals. So I still owe you information on that. But as far as non-participating landowners, we feel like we've got that in a good place.
Oh, okay, yeah, I knew that there were, you guys had, they'd been in town for a couple weeks now, I believe, and had addressed a lot of issues. I know I've talked to a few of the non-participating landowners myself, and I've gotten responses back from them, and I was under the impression that everything was addressed on that as much as I knew of. Miss Seaton, you've also had conversation with her directly, is that correct?
Yep. I talked to her directly, and then I sent an email out to you guys and the commissioners just to kind of memorialize that discussion. Everything is functioning well and as designed on her property currently. So I didn't have a lot of interest in ripping up her yard, and neither did she. So we were just going to wait until there is significant rain and revisit it from there.
Okay. Anything else that you want to bring before the board at this moment, drainage wise?
I think we owe you that documentation, like I said, but as far as active repairs, like we don't feel like there's any current issues within the project site that do need to be repaired.
Okay. I do have a couple things that I will be addressing. I did go out the other day, and I'm making comment to you, Danny, here, and did look at a few of those outlets. What I've looked at so far, I don't think is going to require us to do any type of riprap or anything. We had, there are 2 outlets of these tiles that discharge into our open drains, legal drains. And I mean, they looked reasonable there on that aspect of it. So I don't think we're going to have any further requirements on addressing those at this time. Again, everything's subject to change, obviously, with the different events occurring. But I think that we'll be good on that. And then you and I had a conversation on Friday that I will continue to talk with you on as time progresses.
That sounds
And I
good to
think-
me.
Danny, I had a question on the two people that, as far as the landscape, were it people that don't want to move that, and do we have any?
I'm sorry, David. I'm not sure if the other Zoom folks are having that issue, but I'm only getting about half of your audio.
Okay, on the,
Default microphone has changed to microphone. It's doing.
Oh. You able to hear us, Danny?
Yeah, I got you now.
we'll say that for another one.
That's probably BZA.
Well, I mean, they're currently working on it.
Address real quick. So, for at the BZA meeting, we,
Did you stay here?
oh, sorry. Desiree Calderal, the planning director. So we've got two non-participating property owners that are adjacent to one of the required landscape buffers they want to waive. Those two people, what I'm recommending we do is leave it up to the discretion of me and Jeff to relocate that landscape buffer closer to the fence or just in an area where it's going to have the least impact on the drain tile. Ideally, we want to waive the whole thing, but if we can get it as far away from the drain tile as possible instead of right on the property line. And Danny emailed me this morning and said he's good with that. Jeff's good with that, so that's what we're planning on doing. Now the BZA may have a different idea, but hopefully.
It's gonna cause a problem if we put it there. So I mean, there's just,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other choice we have, right? If those two property owners aren't gonna agree. I mean, we could just, the BZA could say and just waive it and, they won't be happy. We could do that, but I, wouldn't want to do that if we said we were gonna put that in there and those property owners are expecting it, right? So I think that's probably the best.
I just think we have to think about what's feasible and what's gonna,
Yeah,
I mean, it's gonna cause a problem and then
yeah,
somebody's gonna have to pay for that repair. You're gonna have,
yeah.
roots in the drain tile and then you have to dig it up and now they'll have a bigger mess because it's all gotta be dug up to be fixed.
Yeah.
So
I mean, because they were posting that on Facebook. I mean, one of those people said, I like the trees. It's not my problem. They put the drain tile in there, which I mean, I get that. So,
that's their problem now.
yeah.
So
So, yeah, I mean, if there's any other ideas you guys may have before tomorrow night, I can bring that to the board. But right now, that's what where we're at, so.
Yeah, Desiree and I discussed that, and I think the most practical thing, and I've even had a conversation with Danny about this also, is in those areas, we at least push it back against the fence.
Yeah,
And in any areas that we have, because I mean, there's so many drain tiles out there, and honestly, there's many, I don't know if Danny can hear me or not, but there's many of these that probably even on their own laterals going to just into their solar array areas that that trees might have gotten planted on that undoubtedly are potentially going to cause them a problem. I mean, not only for our interest or the non-participating landowner's interest of keeping those tiles free of trees, it's to their advantage also.
all right. Well, but let me back up. When I say it's their problem now, it could be their problem in the
It could.
future, and that's all I'm
Yes.
trying to say is that we're trying to avert that.
avert that problem.
Yeah, and as far as, I hope people understand that that drain tile isn't just for the agricultural land. I mean, it also benefits the residents
Yeah,
and
the
the
whole
people
thing.
around.
Mhm.
I mean, a lot of the things that we do aren't just for agricultural land, just like what we're working on in Smithland or what we're
Correct.
getting ready to talk
Correct.
about in a minute. Those are private residents and they also benefit from that. So.
Correct.
And the other thing is that I'm recommending that it's about 22% of the landscape buffer that they're requesting to waive to relocate that somewhere else in the project site, ideally around the residences who, not those two, but where there's no impacted drain tile and there is a required landscape buffer there, let's double up in that buffer. So it's not like they're, getting out of their landscape requirement. They're just gonna.
Yeah,
locate it.
if somebody
Yeah.
says, I don't want to look at it, I fully understand that.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to do what we can
And-
to accommodate both sides so that, we don't affect the drainage and you don't have to look at it. So,
Yeah, correct.
That's what we're trying to do.
Trying to do. So, yeah, so those two. And yeah, so.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Desiree. All right. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, moving on, the next thing I had on the agenda here is I was contacted by Tom, Fink, I believe is his last name. I believe I'm saying that right. He is with the Bartholomew County, Surveyor's Office. He is the representative for the drainage board. He takes care of all the regulated drains there in Bartholomew County. They have their own employee that, they have a person that's appointed to, and he does all the drainage stuff. I talked to Diane about this. In the past, I know even with Johnson County, I know we've got a joint board. I've had in the past years. I've heard about it. Joint board of Johnson County, Bartholomew County, and I believe there might even be one with Rush County. There is. Okay. So with that being said, Bartholomew County is looking at wanting to. They've got, and I think the Peak Drain is one of them, Nathan, and it's obviously southern part of our county that goes into Bartholomew County is one of them that's under their control that they administer, and they are wanting to do some repairs on that drain. Now, I'm not 100% sure if those repairs are going to extend into Shelby County or if they're all in Johnson County or Decatur or Bartholomew County, but. They have requested that we do a joint meeting. I guess it's August the 20th. I didn't state that in my email to you. I don't believe because I may not have had that information at that moment. August 20th at 6:30 p.m. If we can make that happen. If we cannot, then we could change it.
Bartholomew County.
Or I assume, I'm sure it's going to be and I would assume they're at their courthouse annex building. We'd have to find out. I will find out about where they've requested that we appoint 2 individuals to that board. I don't know. I assume there's statute that supports this. I haven't dug into this myself. And I'm sure
Me and you. It's just,
well, I think it requires 2 of the board members. Myself, I will be there.
I said I would do it so that.
If you 2 are willing to do, I'd say the 3 of us.
Good with that too, so.
Okay. Why don't we somehow, some way, so we can officially do this, make a motion?
Is there anything
Yeah, you can go ahead and make a motion.
is there anything we need to look up to make sure that's okay and kosher?
I don't believe so.
Okay, all right.
is there a name for this board already?
It's a board that exists. I mean, they've met in the past years.
Is it Bartholomew County Board or is this a Shelby County Board?
It's a joint board. It's a Shelby Bartholomew County Joint Drainage Board. And like I said, in my conversation with Diane in the past, I think just whoever's available to go to these things usually win. I know that I remember Taylor and Kevin Nye talking about some that they went to over in Johnson County. I think
I know they
get-
have.
Yeah.
I appoint David Lawson.
Well, I'll just move to approve that Nathan and I are the joint Shelby and Bartholomew County Drainage Board.
Just second that.
Okay, all right.
So you can appoint me. All those favor aye.
Aye. Passes 2-0.
Okay, and then I will confirm the time and date and let you guys know when that is.
I will be out of town for you.
All right, then I will tell them that we will need to change that if they can.
Zoom.
I could maybe Zoom, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll inquire about it and I will get back with you guys. And then prior to that, I'm sure we can make a public notice, a public announcement on an agenda or something for that. Okay, next, that I have on the agenda is the Reinhardt, legal drain, the culvert replacement there. This is on the, east side of Columbus Road there, just north of 250 South. This is something we've had previous conversation about. We never really concluded that we were going to, move forward with this and how we were going to move forward with this. I had, and James Ramsey with the Ramsey Farms contracting here did contact me on this and said, hey, are we doing this? If we are, he needs to get materials ordered and what have you. So I thought I'd bring this back before the board to confirm that we did want to go ahead and move forward with this.
The only thing I had a question on was, and I know water stands there when we get a big rain, something over 2 inches. I didn't know if we were gonna look at going with a 42-inch, if it'll even fit in there on the culvert pipe itself.
You know, we did, and I guess that James, can you step up here?
He sits right, he's got it up there.
Oh, yeah, he does. Okay, so
He's got it on there.
he did. I thought we did. I'm like,
We talked about this before. It's originally a 36 and I'd suggested maybe possibly going to a 42 just if you guys wanted to. And you guys had talked about the cost and with the cost being what it was, you had originally said you wanted to go to 42.
yeah.
But then we started talking about concrete and all the other options and never had officially said absolutely go do it. So that's why it's just.
Well, because once we do this, I believe we're gonna entertain doing the one south of it that makes the 90 that goes down. And I just feel like with that incorporating, Long Acre and the possible addition of more, housing.
Yeah.
I think that wouldn't be a bad idea.
I mean, if we replace this, I'm strongly recommending that we do the 42. Yeah, by all means.
The one upstream is at least a 36 there at the road. I forget. We looked
On
at,
Columbus.
Yeah,
It's a 36.
it's at least,
I think they're all 336.
I couldn't remember what they were, but.
Yeah, all three of those are 36s that are there. So, with that being said, do we have the consent of the board to go ahead and to move forward with getting this taken care of here this fall? We've got this one and we've got which we've already taken care of, the Glessner culvert that I had James lined up to do. And actually, we're probably getting in, hopefully drying out enough to get in there and get this thing done without doing a lot of damage.
Roundabout's open, it makes life a lot easier too, and hopefully here next 30 days, we'll be getting that taken care of.
So I'll move to approve this replacement
At the 42
with the
inch.
42-inch pipe,
Okay,
with the additional $310 cost. I mean, that's a pretty minor amount of additional cost to make it a lot.
yeah.
Better. So,
I'll second that. 42-inch.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
2-0.
2/0.
Thanks, James.
Yeah, thank you, James. All right, with that being said, that is all that I had on the agenda for today. Yes, I will take care of getting that. I appreciate you pointing that out. I didn't even take note of that on the.
All right.
I just copied and pasted constantly. Okay.
They didn't vote on that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2-0.
Tuesday.
The dish springs that.
The disc spraying.
There.
No, we didn't actually make a motion to approve.
On the ditch spring?
This one right here.
Yeah. To pay the claim. I don't know that, I didn't note it if we
I
did.
didn't either, so that's fine.
May I get that, motion to approve this?
Ditch motion to approve the ditch spraying.
I'll second.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Mandy, for pointing.
Yes.
Because I was on my paper approved.
Yeah, I did. I did it, I did write that down there. Like I said, gentlemen, that is all that I have, for you this morning pertaining to this.
All right. And then I would say also, I'd go ahead and look into the one south of that. I mean, while we're doing this, we might as well look into that.
Yeah.
Time allows. I mean, that way we can, not saying we're gonna do it immediately, but we could go ahead and get the numbers for it and know where we're at on that. So, and James, also while you're here, let's not forget, I know as it gets dry and it's August, we talked about revisiting, Country Club Heights.
No, it's on the list.
Okay. And I know how it is, because it's same with us, everything's getting pushed into, you know.
Okay, it's this week, yes, sir.
Okay. All right, thank you for that as well. Anyone else have any comments, questions, concerns? Anyone on Zoom have any comments? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. So we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Yep. I will let you know on that joint board, you're gonna be out of town on the 20th.
Yeah, I'll be back the 20th.